Well, I'm Sam Tuomi, and I'm the city producer of the 48-Hour Film Project in Des Moines. And basically, the 48-Hour Film Project is a very unique festival/competition where filmmakers are challenged to make a short film from scratch in one weekend, including writing, scoring, editing. Everything must be done within that 48-hour time period.
And how long has this competition been going on?
Well, this is the 10th year internationally, and this will mark our 6th year in Des Moines.
Nice. And how many years have you been participating?
I have been lucky enough to be the city producer for the last 5 years here in Des Moines.
Right. And have you competed in previous years?
Well, I'm not able to compete in any 48 contests, but I am able to compete in our sister competition, which is the National Film Challenge, which happens in October. And I have done a few of those with some teams and team members that have been part of the 48, but I've never actually participated in the 48-hour before.
Where do people go to see these films?
All the films will be screened at the Fleur Cinema and Cafe at 4545 Fleur Drive in Des Moines, and tickets will be available both at the Fleur box office and MidwestTix.com. On July 28th and 29th, you'll see the first screenings of the films that are actually going to be made this weekend. You'll get a chance to see the films over 2 nights of screenings, and then after that our judges will go through all of the eligible films and we'll determine the top 12. And then those top 12 will screen at the Best of City screening at the Fleur Cinema on August 12th, where you'll be able to, for the first time, you'll walk the red carpet. You'll have a chance to mingle with the other filmmakers. We'll give away all the awards, and then we'll move to the social club for a catered reception and exclusive concert.
Very nice. So what is the craziest scenario that has ever happened with the 48-hour film project?
Well, some cities, and luckily this has never happened in Des Moines, but some cities have, film teams will have used weapons or guns and have been stopped very aggressively by police in some of those areas. So we always recommend for our filmmakers, try not to use those elements, especially if you're in the open city streets, because some of our filmmakers have met with some really unexpected resistance. But you get a lot of different, anything that can go wrong probably will. And as prepared as some teams try to be, there's really no accounting for a battery that won't stay charged or something that gets knocked over. Your computer, when you want it to work, it probably won't. So, some, especially really effects heavy entries, when they get to the point of post-production, they may have it edited, but then there's a lot of time to actually render it out. So we've had several teams that get super nervous toward the end. We've even had teams that have their laptop at the finish line at the Fleur, hoping and praying that their disc will pop out before we hit 7:30 on Sunday.
So what advice would you give a team competing this year?
I would say keep it simple. Some teams want to, show off all of their equipment or their range and all these locations that they've secured. But if they would keep it simple, maybe 1 or 2 locations, they'd have a lot more time to shoot them exactly the way they want them, and also have time to really polish the edit instead of just getting it together at the last minute. I'd also recommend, humor is always good with audiences. But think about your film not just as part of the 48-hour film project, but what is it going to do afterwards? The 48 is just a start for a lot of these short films, and if the film teams think about their possible distribution aspects while they're filming, there's a lot of life for these films after the 48-hour film project is closed up for the summer.
Nice. Anything you want to add at all?
I have a great staff that has helped me put this together this year. The filmmakers are incredible. We have 49 teams registered, which is a new record for Des Moines. We're beating the pants off of some major cities such as Las Vegas, who actually goes the same weekend that we do, and they have almost half of the teams of filmmakers that we have. So this event has continued to grow thanks to the tremendous creativity and just energy of Iowa filmmakers, and it's going to be really exciting to see what they come up with this year.